Well, imagine cleaning your yard and all of a sudden you're free falling into a well that's almost 20 feet deep. That happened to an Orangeburg woman who was inside a well for 2 hours and everything else that was in that abandoned well.
I could not imagine that happening, Greg. I'm so glad to know that she's going to be okay. WIS's Derek Rush spoke with the woman. Derek, it sounds like she had to get pretty creative while down there to give those rescuers a good chance at saving her.
That's right, guys. You know, this hole was much deeper than what the woman ended up surfacing at, according to emergency response crews. They said that she was actually pressing her feet against one side of the well, pressing her back against the other side along with her hands so she could kind of create tension, holding herself up at about the 16-foot mark until those crews were able to come and rescue her. She said that she did that for close to 2 hours, and we got a couple of pictures from the Orangeburg County Fire District that you'll see on your screen here from that rescue, which was miraculous. She asked to remain anonymous, but this woman says that their house is over 100 years old and that she knew there was an old well in their yard, but that it was covered up with cement also. Bushes had grown over that well, and when she stepped on the cement while they were cleaning up the yard, it caved in. Now, you're seeing those pictures, and EMS and other response officials have told us they were within 4 minutes of receiving that call when they responded to the scene, and after roughly a half hour, Assistant Emergency Services Director Chris Murdoch was lowered into the well to save her. This is what some of the woman had to express in terms of her gratitude to those first response crews. Take a listen.
I'm very grateful. Thank you to all of the people that responded. Of course, since they even had a helicopter out here because they didn't know if I was hurt, I was just very, very fortunate.
Now, the Orangeburg County Special Tactics and Rescue, or STAR crew, is who actually went down into the well to retrieve the woman. They said that they checked her for hypothermia as well before she was able to come back home. She says she's okay now, just focusing on resting up. Reporting here in Orangeburg, I'm Derek Rush, WIS News 10.
Thanks so much for that live report. Meanwhile, unmarked abandoned wells pose a deadly danger here in South Carolina. We have many other stories about rescues and a bill to disclose well locations that didn't make it into law. It's all on WISTV.com. The Threat Under the Floor is the title of that report.